Saturday on Melrose Mountain, Tryon, North Carolina. Thermometers or thermostats? How would you define that? Well, you might say that a thermometer is an instrument that reflects the surrounding conditions. That is, you put a thermometer in cold weather and it shows a cold reading. You put it in warm weather and it shows a warm reading. So it reflects its surroundings. But a thermostat regulates. No, that's not really right, is it? A thermostat controls only a power source that will change the surrounding conditions. That is, a thermostat is hooked up to an air conditioner or a heater, and it only controls because of the power source it's connected to. If you didn't have an air conditioner or a heater on the thermostat, it would do absolutely nothing. So I looked at Romans chapter 12 and I thought to myself, Christians are a little like that. They're either thermostats or they're thermometers. There's 7 P's that I wanted to share with you from Romans chapter 12, beginning at verse 1. You see, first of all, there's the previous, because chapter 12, verse 1 starts out with, therefore. What for? Well, because of what was said previously. Therefore, I urge you, brethren. Well, so it's looking at previous statements. And what were the previous statements in the book of Romans? Well, that we're all sinners, fall short of the glory of God, and that Jesus died for us so that we could be reconciled to God, find forgiveness and eternal life. So we have the previous of Romans 12:1, and it says that we could become a living sacrifice, which is a spiritual service. Starting to get the picture of a thermostat instead of a thermometer. The second P is for present. We're currently to be living sacrifices. That is, we're currently called to give that spiritual service. 3, what is the program? Well, we're to be sure that we can be transformed from our surroundings and not conformed to our surroundings. A thermostat is transforming, where a thermometer is just reflecting, and we see that the thermostat has to call upon a power that will actually change the conditions around. 4th, people. Lot was a thermostat. Lot pitched his tent towards Sodom and Gomorrah. Next thing you know, he's in Sodom and Gomorrah. And next thing you know, he's like Sodom and Gomorrah. His wife so much so that she didn't even want to leave. She turned around. On the other hand, Daniel was the thermostat. He was surrounded by a bunch of heathens, and he was pressured to conform to them. But he became a thermostat, and he wouldn't bow, and he wouldn't bend, and he wouldn't burn. Because he was a thermostat, he called on a power to change the circumstances. 5 is pride. We got to be careful that we don't think more of ourselves being a thermostat than we really are. You see, for without him, we can do nothing. He's the power. We're just the thermostat. We call upon him, and he changes the circumstances and the surroundings. So we got to watch our pride. You'll find that in chapter 12, verse 3. And then there's the power itself. It's found in chapter 12, verses 4 through 8. We've been given gifts, and God is the power that allows those gifts to be used. He is the source of those gifts, and he is the one that directs us. He is the one that can change the surroundings. He just asks us to be thermostats. And finally, number 7, we have the plan or the promise. The plan or the promise is to influence our surroundings through the power of God. We're thermostats. We call upon God to change the circumstances and the conditions around us. We pray for our government. We pray for each other. We pray for ourselves. We're thermostats that look at our surroundings and say, it could be better. Let's call on the power. So what are you today? A thermometer, just reflecting what the surroundings are? Or are you a thermostat, calling on the power to change things? Present yourself as a living sacrifice, your spiritual service unto God, a thermostat. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.